Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a client's past life reading. Um, so past life readings, as you guys have probably already known, are snapshots into a person's past life. And I come up with these storylines based on the cards and based on how I feel and how I'm viewing the cards, that how they want to be read. So it's a snapshot to give you an idea of a specific past life, and the whole point of a past life is to give you some maybe insight or a certain way of viewing your present life, especially if you notice that you struggle with certain subject matters, people, topics, whatever the case. If you notice that it is a constant struggle for you in your present life, sometimes seeing a snapshot of your past life will help give you some insight as to why you struggle on that certain topic. So hopefully that made sense. And I just want to apologize beforehand that I am still getting over a cold, so I'm hoping I won't be coughing like crazy. I got some cough drops off to the side just in case, and I have a nice hot cup of coffee over here. So hopefully I will be okay, but just giving you the heads up. And yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working with the Gilded Tarot as well as the Connected and Free Oracle. And I'm just going to pull to see what comes up. And how I like to do past life is I just like to pull cards and just kind of see what happens. It's completely intuitive. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is a family dynamic. And I'm really getting the impression of like a hunter. So I'm getting the vibe that you were a small boy. In this particular past life, we have the Eight of Wands crossed with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is giving me the vibe of a very young man growing up into his own. And I feel like this was a lifestyle that had to bloom rather quickly. So it was because matched with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is the energy of fast forward. It's like it's intense energy. And to be crossed with the Page of Wands, I feel like this was a symbol of a young child, a young boy, having to grow up quickly. And I feel like it is because of a passing of a mother. And I'm getting that vibe because to the left in the past position, I'm seeing Temperance. And Temperance is really giving me that energy of a mother figure or a female, somebody who was very much a balance and a lot of foundation in the family. And I feel like Temperance is all about that. She's all about being balanced and all about making everything okay and everything calm. She would have that energy of really calming the energies of the family dynamic, especially if there was a lot of stressful situations. She was that person that would make everything calm and everything feel good. But I do have a sense that she was a mother figure who had passed on. And because of that, as the young boy, you really had to step up and to be kind of like the father figure in the family, because I do feel like there was not a father. To the right of the Page of Wands in the future position, I have a Knight of Pentacle, which is really cool because it kind of shows the growth of the Page of Wands into the Knight of Pentacle. You were very successful in your growth in life, and a Knight of Pentacle is somebody who's very good with the way that they deal with money and the way that they deal with the earth element. So anything that you touch turns to gold. You were very good with growing and working with those energies of abundance, and basically anything that you put your time and attention and focus into, it would sprout and bloom. So I feel like it was a rough start losing the mother at a young age, but at the same time, it was something that, you know, you knew that you had to fulfill that part. You knew how you had to do something about it. The oracle cards that I pulled were beginnings, high flying, instincts. So the instinct card is kind of what triggered me to believe or to feel that you were definitely, you knew what you had to do. As soon as the mother passed and you didn't have her around anymore, you knew that you had to take matters into your own hands, that the only way that you were going to survive was if you worked for it, and you placed yourself in that position. A Knight of Pentacle energy is somebody who does all of the providing. They are that energy that will be a protector, but they have their head on their shoulders, and they know what is important and what they need to do. So I really do sense that this was a very gentle past life. It wasn't anything alarming. High flying tells me that you were really easily tapped into the spirit realm. So high flying to me, I always see like the moths or butterflies as symbolism for spirit, especially when we're talking about a loved one who had passed on. So she could have been in the form of a butterfly to you in this particular past life. Also, maybe in the present life, maybe butterflies are very special to you, or they are very important to you. And so seeing a butterfly can, maybe it grabs your attention more so than others. Like what I mean is, if you were to see a butterfly, for you, it would stop you in your tracks and you would really think about it for a moment and admire the butterfly. Whereas just an average person would see a butterfly on their day-to-day and they wouldn't think anything of it. So for you, butterflies, I feel, are very specific. It's a card that is very much, you could see it sticks out from the rest of the cards. It's a white, bright card with a beautiful, gorgeous butterfly on it. It just stands out. So I'm really called to kind of mention that. So perhaps in your present life, butterflies are very important to you in that way. And that could stem down with your experience. So maybe butterflies remind you of a special someone in your life. They could, trigger that whole, that being your mother in a past life, that kind of thing. So something of importance with the butterflies for sure. And then of course the beginnings. I feel like in this particular past life, you took a lot of initiative. And you knew that you had to get stuff done. So you didn't procrastinate. You were a very hard worker. You were very young. You had to grow up fast, but you took that initiative to do so because you had to. So I feel like that's what the beginnings card reflects for you. Now, how does this influence you in your present life? I see this influencing you in the way of maybe this is the past life that you want to tap into when you know you need to push yourself more. Let's say you are, dwelling on projects, but you don't have the energy or the willpower or motivation to actually get started. This particular past life might be one you want to tap into in meditation to obtain the motivation that the Page of Wands had when his mother passed, and how he took charge and stepped in, because this is your realm. This is you. Your soul was in this body at one point, and you have it in you to be very self-resourceful, and you also have it in you to take matters into your own hands and deal with stuff. I feel like the essence of your mother is the spirit communication that I feel like we tapped into in another reading. I feel like there was another past life reading that I did for you where you were communicating with spirit in like a mediumship form. So again, with the butterflies being very prevalent for you, perhaps, it's just a sign that, you know, you have that gift, that it is a part of you, whether you are tapping into it right now in your present life or not, that kind of thing. So lots to think about there. In your question in your email, you wanted to know like ways that you could tap into your past life. I know you mentioned something like that, like you wanted another reading on a past life, but you also kind of wanted to know how you could use your past life, like what you know about your past lives, and to help you. So again, that's a prime example. When you dip into a past life, you already have kind of like that snapshot, that little story, that idea. And like I said, if you are looking for motivation, you're going to want to tap into the past life energy of this little boy who had to grow up so fast. If you wanted to dive into your mediumship abilities, or really, you know, bring out your third eye, and work with your psychic abilities and all that kind of stuff, then you would want to tap into that other past life that we read about. And when I say tap into, I mean, you know, really focusing and meditating and asking your guides to take you to that particular past life memory. And then it's all about trust, because if you spend so much time thinking and overthinking what messages you are receiving, or what you are hearing, or what you are seeing in your meditation, you're just going to spend the whole time doubting yourself, and overanalyzing the little details, when really, if you just trust what you were receiving, those are messages. So the same thing goes for how I conduct the past life readings. I jump into the first thing that I feel called to and attracted to when I pull the cards. Could I have read those cards that I just laid out for you differently? Yes, I could have, but I didn't, because I trusted the very first thing that came to mind. And I feel like that's very important when it comes to trusting yourself, especially with past life stuff, because we are all capable of tapping into our past life just on a memory, or if we dream, if you vivid dream, trusting your dreams, writing them down in the morning when you remember them. Or if you are physically, purposely setting an intention that you want to jump into a past life memory as you meditate, and then you trust that everything that you are experiencing and that you are seeing in that meditation is your past life, you are then putting that trust into it, and you will get so much more validation out of that than if you spend your time doubting, well, I saw myself in a castle, but does that really mean I was in a castle in a past life? Well, the minute you start doubting it, it's kind of like you're not taking it seriously. And doubt creates blockages. So keep that in mind. And then also you could receive validation, because you will, maybe you will have a vision in your meditation of a past life, and then you receive a reading and it validates everything that you saw. So that happens too. So I wanted to pull cards for you on your quest, your journey of past life. The first card that came up was the Five of Swords, which is really cool, because the Five of Swords is all about conflict and like people arguing. It's lies. It is listening to gossip. It is, you know, Five of Swords can be a very problematic card. But this one, the way that this card is perceived, it's kind of like he's very much in control. He is the conqueror. So I feel like this card wanted to jump out for you to show that if you just trust yourself and you trust the communication, because it's interesting, swords is communication, it's your thoughts, it's the way you speak. If you trust what is communicated to you during your meditations, you will be receiving so much more validation than you think. So how will the past life stuff help you? Number one, by making you really evolve in your abilities, because you do have them. So by trusting yourself and trusting what you are receiving is strengthening those abilities. So everything works hand in hand. The star is in the center. This is a healing card. And I love that the star came up for you because this shows that these past life journeys for you are very important and you were so attracted to them because there's a lot of healing that needs to take place with you. So it may be healing that has to take place between you and certain lifestyles in other past lives, or it's in the present life where you need some healing to take place, and having glimpses into your past life and seeing that you lived different personalities that were able to do things that you lack in this present life shows that you are still capable of doing so much. So it's a healing process. And then in the next card, I pulled the World. I feel like past life, dabbling with the past life stuff is going to answer a lot of your questions that you have, like life purpose questions for you. So I feel like it's going to be a really good path for you to embark on. Some people are not attracted to the past life. Some people would rather focus on the present. Some people like to focus on the future. But you seem to be that person that really likes to dabble in the past, and it's in a positive aspect because you're just curious to see what other experiences your soul had. And so it's because you are attracted to it, I feel like that is, you know, kind of like a life purpose for you in this present life. So really cool. It's going to open a lot of new things for you. Healing will take place. Some questions will be answered that you have been asking yourself for quite some time. But really what comes first is trust and not caring what other people might think or judgment of others or, you know, any negative talk about from other people. Continue to do you. And let's just pull a final card for the essence of your past life journey. Like, throat chakra. So throat chakra is all about communication. So the essence of your past life journey is for you to be able to communicate with your soul in different lives, as well as to communicate, I think, hidden truths. I think there's going to be a lot of, like I said, a lot of healing that's going to take place, but a lot of hidden truths is going to come out to you. And also communication with spirit. This is going to be maybe another portal for you to open and to really learn to communicate with the spirits that are around you, and that kind of thing. So a really cool reading. I hope that this one kind of gave you some good insight and whatnot. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I wish you all the best with your past life journey. And I guess the best advice I could give you is to get a deck of cards and to just trust everything that you receive. Especially if you are a reader yourself. If not, trust everything that you receive in dreams or in meditations, because really all it is just trusting what you were feeling, hearing, seeing, and then it blows up into something bigger, something more. So best of luck to you and anyone who's watching. This is the past life reading. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.